The big thing to me with this project is, number one, restoring the river back to its natural flow, at least from Old Town on down. And it strikes very close to home for me, being part of the Penobscot Nation, having the river go back to its normal flow, and having the fish come back. And that, of course, is going to affect all the wildlife that is within this watershed. We see the river now, and right here it's pretty much in its natural state. And the more we can restore the river back to that, the better. Canoeing's been part of my life my whole life. I remember starting paddling when I was 4 years old with my father. And the canoe is very much part of the Penobscot culture. And so having the river restored and being able to paddle on this river really the way that our ancestors paddled it means a lot to me. I've looked at the map and have paddled a good portion of this river, from up in some of the headwaters down through Katahdin on the West Branch, and all the stretch from there down through here and almost to the ocean, including the section from Old Town to Bangor where the dams are going to come out. I've paddled that, carrying over the dams, and it wasn't easy. There was 3 of us that did it that day in 2 canoes, and getting around those dams was pretty difficult. The portages, even though there's quote portages there, they're pretty difficult to get over. So I'm very excited for when the dams are finally gone, and to be able to put this canoe in below the Milford Dam and be able to paddle to the ocean. I cannot wait to be able to do that. That was our history. The tribal people would paddle from here down to the coast to fish and to camp, and you can still do that, but like I said, it's a little bit more difficult now. So to get it back to its natural state and be able to paddle down there and to paddle back up. We paddle up from here to Katahdin like our ancestors did. There's some obstacles on the way. We have to portage around those. So it's not exactly the same as it was, but we're still out there doing it, and I really can't wait to paddle that section of river. The thing I see is once those dams are out, I see more people doing trips. Hey, we can paddle from Old Town back down to Bangor. I've been around the country, seen a lot of different operations where people rent canoes and kayaks, and I think there's some opportunities that are going to come up once these dams go out, because, like I said, maybe somebody doesn't have a canoe. So maybe they rent one from somebody and they put in an Old Town and they paddle to Orono, or they put in an Orono and paddle to Bangor, or they do the whole thing or whatever. And so people could benefit economically just from the paddling part of that. This is going to happen. We've got the money now to buy the dams, and the next step is going to be to raise more money to actually take them out. And that dream of putting in below the Milford Dam and paddling to the ocean is going to come true. And I can't wait.